Hello everyone, my name is Imran CD Ahmed. Welcome to Grammar Genius, a program provided for you to learn English language. And here today in this session, we're going to begin with the basics, parts of speech. Under the parts of speech, we're going to begin with a noun. So we're going to look at everything pertaining a noun. Let's proceed. Nouns. Now, we're going to define a noun. What is a noun? What is it really? Are we missing something in the definition? Is something missing or is it accurate? We're going to look at that. The types of a noun. The proper noun, common noun. Now, between proper and common noun, we're going to look at what? The difference between the two, proper noun and a common noun. What do they share in common? And what's the area of divergence? Convergence and divergence. And we're going to look at the concrete nouns, abstract nouns, countable nouns, uncountable nouns. Here in uncountable nouns, we're going to look at whether, we're going to find out whether uncountable noun can really be counted. We're going to look at this mystery and then see to unveil it. The next one is collective nouns and compound nouns. And the last on the list is possessive nouns. Fine. Now let's proceed to defining a noun and see what's really happening. Defining noun. What is it? In this definition, the most common definition or the conventional definition of a noun known to us is a noun is a name of a person, animal, place, or thing. This is the general definition of a noun known to us, taught to us at the kindergarten, which happens to be the nursery school, then the primary school, secondary school, same definition. Well, I seem to think that this definition is incomplete, or rather I may call it to be a weak definition. It has a deficiency. Why is this? Because this definition is it fails to account for other things like feelings and emotions, things like happiness, anger, and hunger. These things were not captured within the concept of defining a noun. Therefore, the more accurate definition of a noun should be what? A noun is a name of a person, animal, place, thing, feeling, and or emotion. These are ideas. All right? These are things, other things that fail to be captured within the concept of the definition of a noun. Then we move to proper noun. What is a proper noun? A proper noun is a specific name given to an individual person or a place, an organization, or unique entity. It differentiates, or rather it distinguishes a particular instance from a general category or a class. When we're talking about particular instance here, we're talking about the proper noun. From a general category or class, this will be a common noun, which we'll see after the proper noun. Note that I want you to note something on this, that the first letter initial of a proper noun, wherever it comes in written form, I'm talking about in writing. When you are writing maybe a letter, or maybe say you are writing a report, or maybe say you are writing a magazine, or whatever thing you may think of you are writing, the first letter initial of a proper noun, wherever it appears, be it at the beginning of a sentence, middle of a sentence, or at the end of a sentence, wherever it comes within the writing, it must begin with what? Capital letter initial. Now, let's look at the subcategories of a proper noun. We have the personal names. These things that we know, names of persons, individuals. Names like what? Sarah, when you take the perspective of English name, it's Sarah, but here in Nigeria we call it Sarah. So whichever one. If it's English name, it's Sarah. If it's Nigerian name, it's Sarah. Then Aminu, then Mariam, then Fatima, Hafsat, and John. Now, look at the first letters written. An S written with capital letter or uppercase. Aminu, same. Mariam, same thing. Uppercase or capital letter. Fatima, uppercase or capital letter. Hafsat, uppercase or capital letter H. It's not H, it's H, letter H. And we have John, capital letter J. So these examples are examples of a personal names of a pronoun. So now we have category of names of places, names of specific locations like towns, countries, areas, streets, or districts. Now in this example, or in this category of examples, we have Nigeria, a country, England, a country, Paris, a town, Abuja, a town, Zumarok, a specific location, Central Park, a specific location. Now, when we're talking about streets and areas, let's say I want to talk about areas, we can say maybe Samarod, Lodge Road, Kanwuri, any other area. Maybe say let's go to streets. Let's say Bessie Road, Samarod, and other streets like that. Now, we move on to brand names. In brand names, we have specific names of brand or companies or institutions. These are the categories of brand names. Coca-Cola, examples, Coca-Cola, Nike or Nike as some may call it, Federal Inland Revenue, a name of what? An organization, federal organization, Pepsi, a drink, Hisense, a company that produces fridges, air conditions, etc. Usmanu Danfodio University here, which happens to be what? A university where people go and study. Ministry of Education and etc. Now we move on to common nouns. As promised, I told you that immediately after proper nouns, we're going to look at common nouns. Here in common nouns, we are simply talking about names given to general entities. For example, this consists of general names for people, places, or things. Examples. We have man. When we say man, in the example above, we have John, we have Aminu. They are both men. So when you say a man, there's no specification. It's a general terminology, or rather I may call it an umbrella terminology for individuals. And then we have what? A woman, boy, girl, teacher, city, town, table, beach, etc. These are examples of common nouns. Now, let's have a look at the difference between a proper noun and a common noun. The difference between the two is basically in written form when you are writing. That's where the difference is obvious. For example, for the proper noun, the first letter initial is typically capitalized in writing wherever it appears, just like I told you earlier, be it at the beginning of a sentence, the middle of a sentence, or at the end of a sentence. Wherever a proper noun appears in writing, it must be capitalized. This information is very crucial, especially for English students at secondary schools and also students that are yet to write their WAEC and NECO examinations. Examples: Adam is a famous musician. Adam is a famous musician. Here, the name Adam here is a proper noun. You can see the first letter initial, which happens to be an A, is capitalized. The second example is an apple. The company Apple revolutionized the technology industry with its innovative products. It means what? That it conquered the technology industry with captivating ideas and products. Here, the apple is what? A company name, a brand name here. It's not the apple we used to eat, but a brand name, like the company that produces iPhone and iPads and Apple Watch, etc. The A here, it's also written with a capital letter initial, whereas it comes at the middle of a sentence. This one at the beginning of a sentence and this one at the middle of a sentence. Now, let's have a look at a common noun. It is written in lowercase, that is small cases, except where it appears at the beginning of a sentence. Just like this Adam here, same thing happens if a common noun comes at the beginning of a sentence, then it will be written with a capital letter initial. Let's have a look. Now, look at this example. Rainbow appeared after the rain stopped. Rainbow, R here, is first letter initial. It has been capitalized. The second one is dog barking loudly woke the entire neighborhood. Dog barking loudly woke the entire neighborhood. When a dog is barking, it wakes up the entire neighborhood. So here, the D here at the beginning of a sentence is being capitalized. Common noun in the middle of a sentence. I saw the cat chasing a butterfly. I saw the cat chasing a butterfly. Now, when you look at the letter C here, it's not being capitalized. It's written in what? Lowercase, small letter c here, as you can all see, because it comes at the middle of a sentence. Unlike proper noun, when a proper noun appears here, it will be written with a capital letter initial, but common noun is written with a small letter initial. The children played in the park all day. Here the C in children also, since it comes in the middle of a sentence, is also written with a small letter initial.